Yeah.
What is that, Jericho?
It's a it's a ashtray, bro, from
Oh, nice.
from Reno or something like that.
I just
So
got a new one too, but mine's full and dirty.
that's all. You're the real deal. Welcome to Coffee with the Summerland Kids. Here we go. It's
Here we
May
go.
3rd.
Another week.
Another week,
We're
man.
trying to get through level 3.
Yeah, this is our blog, whatever you call it. We're streaming live here to America, and it's Monday, May 13th, and the weather in Summerland today is currently 53 degrees. 67 will be the high. That's kind of a chill high for Summerland, and it's partly cloudy. Good old Summerland.
It's hot and deathly hot in Orville again.
Wow.
I almost lost Doug yesterday.
Because of the heat?
Your pool.
Is he?
No, it was just we got up, we went out, and I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be fun, Jericho. It's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah.
As you know,
Summerland
I have my
pictures.
backyard. I put in a kiddie pool.
All right. Okay.
But even better than the kiddie pool with the cat fence, so the cats don't get in, is what's.
Oh wow, there it is.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It has begun. It has begun. Wow.
Wait, what's in my backyard? By the chicken coop.
Freaking mail truck, man. That's awesome.
No way. Obviously, we have to clean it still.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. That's amazing. Good job. Good freaking job, dude. That's cool.
So, it almost killed Doug, dude.
What was it?
Because he's just so get her done, Doug.
Yeah.
And he comes over. We get the truck over to the alleyway where we can pull it in. And he has some toolboxes in the back here.
Uh-huh.
So he's just loading them. By himself. Like 5 of them onto the truck.
Oh, wow.
Cleaning out the yard so we got a space. And he just goes, dude, take me home. His face sweating.
Yeah.
I need a shower. But I got him home and he took a nap until 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. We finally pushed it in around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you guys did you tow it with a tow rope, or how did you pull it over?
We had a big long tow strap and a chain, so we had lots of room. Had a moving permit. The brakes were spongy, but they worked.
Okay. Wow.
And then the guy towing was a heavy equipment operator, so we had a good driver up front. I was in the back, so we had a good driver that knows how to rope tow. Only had to stop once because we had 10 people behind us, but we made it.
That's a big deal, man. That's an adventure right there, big time.
Yeah, anybody wants a 1970s International Metro aluminum, let me know. It's for sale for $7,500.
Okay, that's cool. It's good to you got to get it out there, man. It's all about PR, putting it out there, just like maybe find online the images of the vehicle, and then kind of compare and contrast to what yours looks like, and maybe
I'm in a little group on Facebook for Grumman's, Metros, just basically old box trucks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they're in there, and basically the one we got, it's $10,000 running or not.
Wow. So what's
we're gonna run it. We're gonna fix the motor. We're gonna do the paint.
Yeah.
So basically, we're just gonna clean it. But no, I'm excited. I literally just got up 10 minutes ago, Jericho, and
that's cool.
I'm like that because it's here. I'm sorry, I'm so excited today, but
no, that's amazing, man. That's a great score. What was it previously used for? Its last life. What was its last life?
I believe it's a retired mail truck. Someone, I think, got it at the retired mail truck auction.
Right.
And sometimes these retired mail trucks, they're just beat down. But I think someone put the new tires on it because it's got some good tires and probably ran it for a while. But the last about 7 to 10 years, it's just been sitting in the field as storage.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
That's interesting. What was I thinking about? Did you try to run it at all? Did you hook a battery up to it and try to fire it up?
No, we're gonna do all the fluids.
Get
it clean, clean the air thing so no leaves get sucked in or anything like that.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
And so we're gonna at least put a new air filter, check the gas, or at least put seafoam in the gas before we run it.
Okay. Does that evaporate the water, supposedly, the seafoam?
Yeah, it's if you got a boat, you use seafoam every time because you're in the water.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. My old boss one time got a 1938 Ford, and it had been restored in the 1970s, and actually pulled an 8-track tape player out of it. But it hadn't been touched since the 1970s in terms of running it. So I can't remember. He may have dropped the gas tank. I can't remember what he did there, but he did get it running again, and it was totally cool. And it wasn't a super crazy amount of work, but it is like time consuming tinkering, but it's fun because you're taking the steps that everyone has to take after retirement, of bringing it out of retirement, so that's cool.
Well, the guy I got it from said that it drove in there. Someone drove it over to him when he bought it, and he parked it, and that was 2 years ago is what the man said.
Okay.
So if I take him on his word, it should just be seafoam for the old gas, or maybe drain the tank.
Yeah.
And re-lube it. And wow, look at your mustache. It's starting to be so cool, bro. Oh, dude, I can see the little curl on it. That's sweet.
I know. I'm trying to get there. I'm learning it. I think I took a comb to it for the first time this morning and was like, oh shit, this kind of works,
Yeah. That's a process. You got to train, just like, I don't know, back in the high school, I was a rocker, right? So we had to train our hair to feather back just right.
Oh, rad.
And you train your hair and it does the thing.
Yeah. No,
and then it gets easier and it automatically goes because it's all trained.
Yeah, that's what I got to work, that training. Yeah. So, I had a good weekend. I basically just, after I got those binders for the Grandpa project, Grandpa Bill Woggon behind me, I got them all onto shelves. So 2 shelves full of binders. And so I'm working on, I'll definitely finish the office move this week. So it'll be moved from the town office to the home office this week. And then I'm working on my travel plans that are sort of like waiting on Dad to, finish a few things to really nail down the date. It looks like the end of May for travel time, just after the holiday, that Memorial Day weekend or something like that. So
yeah, I wouldn't travel on the weekend, not to the beach area. It gets crazy there in Oceano.
Right.
They have the dunes there, right? So you can drive on the beach, and people tow their 4-wheel drives out there and their dune buggies and their quads and race up and down the dunes.
Wow. That's amazing. They still do that, man. That's been going on forever. Probably since they freaking invented dune buggies. They're like, this is the place to roll those things and have a good time.
I remember my dad, when I still lived in Summerland, he had a friend because there's a little airport there.
Okay.
And his friend operated like a little day pleasure airplane rides.
Oh,
and cool. They still do.
Wow.
So I can remember being a kid, really young, in Oceano, coming from Summerland and going on the airplane and flying over the beach, and landing, and just a little tiny biplane type thing.
Wow. That's
cool.
Fun. And wait, what airport is that? Is that the
Oceano Airport? It's just a little airport. Yeah, it's a tiny airport, so
That's
like only
amazing.
like
That's cool.
little prop planes go in there.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, my cousin started, he learned to fly probably just doing stuff like that. And then I think he took some training courses at Santa Barbara Airport. And now he's been working for American Airlines for 30 years. And he's flying, I think, the biggest planes. And he flies maybe once a month or something. He was flying to Auckland over to New Zealand as a job, So he gets, gets good compensation for that.
No, pilots make pretty good money.
Yeah.
It's a
And
stressful job, though.
Yeah, no, for sure. One of our classmates, Sean Durrell, is a pilot. I can't recall what airline he flies for, but his son actually got his pilot's license, and now I think his daughter recently got her pilot's license. So he's got a family of pilots, which is super cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
We need a Summerland airport. We need to buy that beach house and put a helicopter pad. We get to fly in, whoop, fly out. Whoop.
My mom, we had a family friend who, I think his name was Joe McGowan. He was one of those, as a kid, to me, he seemed like G.I. Joe. His name was Joe, but I just kind of put that connection together. And he had his own helicopter, and it may have even been in his backyard on his house, up on near Mountain Drive, Coyote Road, kind of essentially in the mountains of Santa Barbara. So somehow, but I remember him flying into Summerland Beach on his helicopter and maybe landing it. I don't know. It was always amazing living on the beach and seeing the airplanes once in a while come by and buzz us,
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know whether it was Oceano or Summerland when I was younger, but I think it was Oceano. He pulled the thing behind him, the banner.
Oh yeah,
this
exactly.
advertising thing.
Yeah, yep.
And that's what we're going to do with that truck. We figure if we can, get it running on the road, maybe Home Depot will give us a couple $100 a month to run their signs.
Yeah, no, that people do that. They do those wraps now where they wrap it in that plastic wrap and it's almost like it's amazing what those wraps do. They can do custom graphics on the computer and print it out to the graphic of what color you want, and then they just more or less stick it on the vehicle. I don't know how, in terms of replacement, I don't know how much of a pain in the ass it is to get off.
Well, here's our idea. Here's Doug's idea. He said, let's put LED screens on there. And that way we can run it from the computer. And, it was a joke for him. He's like, oh, yeah, listen, we can tell them F off.
Oh, right.
Or something.
That's funny. Yeah, because you do have some good, in terms of side potential branding. I saw a couple little, is there some signage on there already? Did someone do was someone selling tacos or ice cream out of that truck?
I'm barefoot. It looks like the door was number 6. Okay. You can see it's got that little thing right there.
Oh, those are vents. Okay.
So it's got the vents and it's got the little cargo box, but that little black thing right there, that's like a little frame.
Okay.
So we could put a poster there or something, or
yeah, that's cool. That's super cool. Yeah, huh? Classic.
Hi, kitty.
That's awesome.
I gotta get back in. I don't have no shoes on.
Yeah.
Gotta find my coffee.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you've been cranking it out, man. You're super you're prolific online, dude. You're super prolific.
I'm just
a chatterbox. Yeah, I know that's cool though. You're putting it out there. It's important to put it out there, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I figure once the truck is finished, people are going to want to see the backstory.
Yeah, for sure.
Once we're doing our podcast from Summerland, people will see the backstory.
Yeah, no, hell yeah. That's awesome, bro. That's a good thing. How's the floor and the inside? Is it like a wood floor, or does it have the little ripples in it, or?
It looks like someone had a carpet laid down
really?
in it.
Okay.
So I think either someone had used it as a camper van.
Okay.
or
Yeah.
before they filled it with stuff for storage, maybe someone had a bed and a chair and a desk in there.
Yeah.
There's so much space inside.
That's cool. I bet they drove it till, like, I'm just guessing, if it's 1970 and it was brand new, I bet they ran that thing for 15 years as a mail carrier, at least. You'd think, because when they run the mail carrier, it's a part of a fleet, and then the fleet maintenance department handles it, and then at some point they just decide to cut them loose when the new models come in or something that are better for whatever reason. That must have been
Yeah,
it.
that's funny you say that. Because a friend of ours is just got a job with the postal
Oh,
group.
classic.
And I always like to pretend we're MIB. I laugh at them. I'm like, oh yeah, we neuralized you. You don't even know what you used to do.
No, those are good jobs, man. I mean, put a few years in with those people, and you get the pension and all that stuff. The postal service is a cool, it's a cool business, man. Really, America.
Yeah, it's cool because he's from here, and so he's new. He's the new guy, so he's the sub for everyone on vacation. So he gets
Oh,
this
wow.
route one week, that route next week, that route next week.
Okay.
But he knows the town, so it's really easy for him.
That's cool. So he's actually a delivery man. He's actually delivering mail.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I delivered your mail the other day. I'm like, ah.
Classic. That's cool. Out here, there's like, I think they hire subcontractors because they don't even drive a mail truck. They're in like their personal vehicles, it looks like, and they're
I
just
think
running
so.
it.
Because like in the rural post office, maybe it's one, but they're this route, that route, right?
Yeah.
And I think they get a stipend or whatever for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
To drive
I've
their own
seen that
car.
too, mostly in like rural areas.
Right.
Well, they'll just have
And
like a
I think,
magnet.
yeah, the government's getting away from dealing with all that maintenance of all those vehicles by having like some subs. I mean, of course, UPS is still traditional, and I think in downtown Los Angeles, it's also still traditional, for sure. It's just those little country towns that they're able to wing it without the trucks anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I love the little country towns. I always think back in Summerland, that big mural. It was a whole town event, and like
Yeah.
they opened up the post office parking lot for some craft thing and
Yep.
painted that. And I still see that mural, and I'm just like, wow, the fact that it's still there. And
Yeah.
they were doing a craft fair one time I was there, and so the fact that when I was younger, there was that was just starting out, and now it's all
Yeah.
the whole parking lot, all down the street. Um, behind the Lucky store, or no, behind
Behind the
Sandpiper.
sandpiper. Behind the
Yeah, behind
sandpiper.
Sandpiper. That whole
Yeah.
thing is turns into a little craft fair.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I would imagine that on weekends it's a little destination for people to go see what's happening down there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Santa Barbara Beach is nice, but and it's the same sand. It's really the same beach, but there's just something about Summerland Beach.
Oh, for sure. It's like its own little thing because it's sort of before with the seawall and then Loon Point. It's like its own. It's like a private beach kind of, but of course it's public. But it just feels like kind of private down there.
Yeah, yeah. It does. I always remember, coming up to the bamboo grove right underneath your house
Yeah.
and kind of chilling as you were, and then going up to Jericho's, and then sometimes your mom would, I think it was your mom would, offer
Yeah.
us drinks or something sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
remember we were just little kids, and it
Yeah.
just felt so private. Like
Right.
Jericho's got his own beach, man.
I know, right? I remember do you remember the ponies down there? We had some ponies down there. Do you remember those horses?
I do. In fact,
Yeah.
I forget who it was. It was one of the girls would ride her little black horse around. She's like, "Oh, you can ride it." Ha
Oh
ha ha.
wow.
And then so I jump on. I'm doing the polo field, so
Okay.
hi horsey, and I jump on this guy, and he takes off in a full run, no
No
saddle.
way.
I'm grabbing on him to his mane. It's running full. Ah! It turns around, runs back, and she's laughing. She goes, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, it doesn't like tall boys."
No way. Wow. That's amazing, man. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I never was much of a horse rider myself. I mean, maybe like the pony rides when you're a little kid, and I think that's what my mom was thinking by getting those ponies. I think she actually said one of the ponies had the hoof was like um, a little different, the hoof, so it really wasn't a really good. I mean, they're Shetland ponies, so I don't know. Shetland ponies are sort of like almost like for kids. I think that's a starter. That's where kids can start. You know.
Yeah, they're I never really I mean, I had the job at the polo field and I knew some people with horses. I like to talk to them and pet them, but after that one ride, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not
Exactly.
riding it no more.
Right. Yeah, I worked actually at the racetrack down at like Del Mar. I think it was my friend Taylor. You remember Taylor? His grandfather was a horse trainer down there at Del Mar and Santa Anita and all that stuff. So we would,
Hollywood Park or whatever they call it
yeah,
downtown.
yeah. So we would spend
Yeah.
time. We would, of course, muck the stalls. That was our job. Like 5 in the morning, he'd be up at like 4, and then take us down there, and we'd do the chores for him in his stalls, and we'd earn a little money. So that was cool. As like 15-year-olds, that was like one of our first jobs.
Yeah, I up here in the mountains, I know some people they do horses and oh my gosh, do you know how expensive those things are to maintain and keep? Not to mention you got to have the property, the fences, but just food. And if you want them to be rideable, regular training, grooming, shots,
Yeah,
hoofs,
yeah. Hoofs.
horseshoes.
It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I kind
More
of
than a kid, I think, is what one person was saying.
yeah.
My
Wow, that's
kids don't cost me as much as my horse or something.
yeah, yeah. One of my friends is telling me about her little daughter. She has like a 3-year-old daughter. She said, she eats so much fruit. Like she just every time it's like $50 every time I go to the grocery store because she's got to keep the kid fed with all good stuff. So she's like
Yeah, just for
killing it.
apples and carrots. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Classic. Well,
No,
cool,
that's
man.
awesome.
Congratulations on the mail truck. That's freaking amazing, dude.
It's a don't let it fool you. It's a storage shed.
I know.
I
Yeah,
got it
there's that.
because it saved money. I got one of
Yeah,
them
I know.
cheap.
That's good.
I
That's
can
cool
always say
though.
I got one of them cheap metal storage sheds in my backyard.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the good thing is it's mobile, and the tires are still got air in them, so you can move it around, So that's a plus,
Yeah, we didn't have to air it up or nothing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, that's good. That's cool. Did you see if is it a dually in the back or no?
Nope.
That's good. It's better actually. That's not a dually. I think it's more problems.
And it turns pretty tight.
Yeah,
It rolls
classic.
smooth. The brakes do work, but you can see where they were leaking. So
Oh,
that's probably part of the reason it was so hard because they were
yeah, yeah.
oil in the drums and stuff.
Right.
But
Huh.
that's what you
I,
get when you get a classic car out of a barn find.
Yeah, exactly. I had you had a was it a El Camino that you had for a second? That was 1970 something, right?
I think it was a
Yep.
71 or 72. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a 72 Chevy Blazer for a second. They have a personality of their own, and you'll get to know the personality of it once you deal with it enough.
Yeah. Those old Blazers are super cool.
Yeah, they are. They're really getting collectible now.
Yeah. Down in the Oceano on those holidays, you'll see some of them fully
Oh
customized,
yeah.
all nice paint, big giant tires, just
Yep.
really cool old school vibe.
That's rad. That's cool. Yeah. So for our viewers, um, I'm Jerico Woggon. This is Aaron Riggs. We're at Coffee with the Summerland Kids, and Aaron and I met like in elementary school in Summerland Elementary, little town in California called Summerland. So we're just been catching up now. And this is I think it's our 26th episode. So this is episode 26 of Coffee with the Summerland Kids. We're evolving and just learning about this medium. And thanks to Aaron with his technological skills, we're able to be here today.
Hey, Jericho, we totally missed our station break at 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I did have something fun because I've been using ties. I got the hair tie situation.
Yeah.
And so I tie them up, and then the end, I can do a headband. So I can do a headband and a hair tie.
Oh, right.
And so I'm going to start wearing a tie again, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. This is just giving me an excuse to wear my ties that I make. I might make a little extra time when I get to LA if I end up going that route. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to travel, but if I do go to LA, I'll grab some more ties, some blanks. That way I can create some more new work, you know. So that's one reason to take the train, I guess, and on how to get there. I looked up, the flights are like $300. Otherwise, I can take the train for probably 100 and change, you know. So it's kind of, you know, weighing out the prospects of how to travel, you know.
Absolutely. And you know, definitely keep me in mind when you get your travel schedule, because I do want to get down there at least a couple weeks. Me and my fiance.
That's cool. It's looking like,
I think it would be cool if I ran into you on the train.
I know, that'd be amazing, man. There's a strong chance because the Grover Beach train, I can catch a train from Santa Barbara to Grover Beach, and that does travel daily, I believe, because pretty much that surf liner is going up the coast from LA to San Francisco, I believe, like every day, you know. So that's that game.
Yeah, I don't know where it goes or where it comes to, but I do know we are at the bottom of the half hour.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're almost to 30 minutes. We're almost to our mark.
And so for you Facebook viewers, it'll be live. For you Twitch viewers, you get to watch us. For YouTube, we upload on Saturdays. Thank you so much for your likes, your follows, your comments, and your shares.
For sure. That's important stuff, man. Thank you for mentioning that. So, is there an Instagram? You know, you're not, how's your Instagram? Are you feeling it? Or are you kind of on it? Or what's your?
I got to get it set up. It's just, I had to compartmentalize my technology, because working in the data center, not only did my back cause me, you know, a lot of pain for the 8-hour shifts.
Yeah.
But I worked the night shift. I absorbed a lot of tech because the boss would let us just sit and study whatever we want.
Okay.
And I almost lost my mind, Jericho, in the catacombs of the data center, the middle of the night. And so I got to compartmentalize all my tech. I don't have Facebook on my phone.
Yeah, that's smart.
I don't have Restream on my tablet. So I got to balance it. You know, I don't want to be all day. So I have like in the morning, I'll do a bunch of stuff. I'll do my Facebook, all my social media. I'll do our meeting. I'll do our posting. But then I go out, work in the yard, take care of the chickens, spend time with my girlfriend.
That's awesome. I like how you're breaking that down. Whatever.
Yeah. And then I come home at night, and I that's when I follow and look at what everyone else is doing, comment and stuff.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Minute to go, Jericho. Bring us out with a bang.
What's that?
I said we got 1 minute to go. Let's bring us out with
episode 26, man. Cheers to episode 26. We're coming in on our 30. We're getting there this week. It's going to happen. Amazing.
And as always,
cheers.
Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now.